What's up? Welcome to OBO, Objectively Bad Opinions Podcast. I'm Jeff James. With me tonight in the virtual hot seats, Evan. Cool guy,
Hello.
Evan. And cooler guy, Brody. And no Nicholas, because he's taking care of his fucking kid. What a fucking loser.
You believe that guy?
Jesus.
What a stupid guy. Oh, my God. Jesus. Anyways, yeah, so it's the three of us, so there'll probably be good conversation. No dicks.
We can bring it up.
Significantly less.
We could. Evan, your face is so fucking white right now because your computer screen's unbelievable.
Brighter than the
Sorry,
sun.
I was on OnlyFans. Sorry.
Yikes. You hadn't got to the feet yet. Damn.
Yikes. I was trying to find them real quick before we started. I couldn't seem to locate them.
And before
You could
we
almost see the
truly
reflection on your
start,
forehead.
we got to give the...
Yeah, they're reflecting.
There's just a dong. There's just a dong in his forehead. Okay, hold on. Let's give the discretion first before we get on with this.
Yeah.
All right. The views and opinions of this podcast are those of the hosts and co-hosts and not of the companies or organizations to which they're affiliated with. Viewer discretion is advised.
Nice.
We're good. We're solid. We're absolutely solid. So anyways, you're looking at OnlyFans there, Evan?
I had it open. I wasn't looking through anything. I have a couple of tabs open right now. I have two Twitter ones, the OnlyFans one, the Stardew Valley one because you asked about that, and then the Zencaster. I can open up more though. I'd like to also add, none of this is in a private browser or like incognitus.
No,
it's
this
not.
is public.
I don't care.
In fact,
Yeah, let them know.
In fact, he's streaming.
Yeah, we're streaming, going through it right now, live on Twitch. Those are boobs. I gotta get those out of there.
Never mind the fact that if somebody really wanted to, they could probably zoom in the back here and see it.
Oh
in
yeah,
the reflection of the window.
Oh, you totally could. You totally could. You don't see a lot back there actually right now. Yeah, no. Mostly everything else is turned off.
If you had boobs on there, somebody would find it.
Well, somebody would see it. Oh yeah, no, it'd be like that too. It'd be instant. They'd be like, "Oh, I found him." It's right to the right of Evan's forehead, and you'll see some boobies. They're like, I can't see it. The forehead's
Thank
too big.
God
It's like,
there's
yeah,
no grease on your forehead, so we can't see the reflection of whatever's
yeah,
on your
really.
screen.
Yeah, thank God. No, there's nothing on there now. I got rid of the OnlyFans.
You're gonna be the guy that streams with a mirror right behind him.
Yeah, everybody can see.
That's how you share your screen instead of like through OBS.
Instead of
You
actually
just have a
streaming
mirror.
it, yeah.
You just have a mirror behind you.
That would be the
Hey
funniest
guys,
thing. Is like,
let's
all right,
check out,
guys.
OnlyFans here real quick.
Yeah,
And there's
let's
a
watch
fucking
some,
giant mirror behind you.
Yeah, because then when Twitch gets mad and they strike me, like, I didn't know that mirror was there, dude. I was
You put
looking at
put
it.
one on a downward angle too, so people can see what you're doing with your pants.
No, that's the goal. Is I don't do anything, but I have to scroll through OnlyFans. But I can't touch anything, so I got to keep hands up.
Brody, did you ever hear about the chick that was on OnlyFans that was a mechanic at a Subaru dealership in Fort Wayne?
Followed her.
No, I did
She
not.
got fired from her job because she was making OnlyFans videos at the Subaru dealership in Fort Wayne.
That's awesome.
Like on the hood of a Subi, or what's going on?
A Subi on just like she'd be like fixing a car, and then she like would post on social media just like, you know, some side stuff, and then that would link to like her OnlyFans or whatever, and she'd like do the stuff at home. But I mean, like she was like showing her butthole off and all that kind of stuff. So
She was. I've subscribed. I
but
found
she didn't
it.
get fired because she was showing her butthole off on the internet. She got fired because
No.
she was on her phone at work, and then it raised this massive stink. No pun intended. And so
Very good. Very
I'm
good.
so stupid. Anyways, yeah. So then it raised this big stink on like all the different news outlets and all that shit, and they wrote articles where it's like, you know, woman was, you know, fired bombastically for, you know, posting asshole on internet. But the thing is, she was just on her phone all the time. She was fucking working.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Yeah.
This happened though like 2 years ago. This
Really?
is fresh. This
Like in
is
the
fresh.
I was gonna say that's early phases.
Yeah,
of,
she was early
OnlyFans,
early
really.
phases. OnlyFans. I don't think
Yeah,
she was
no,
a lesbian either, which is kind of crazy because she worked at a
She
super
wasn't.
dealership.
she wasn't. I remember seeing the article that she
Do you actually
got
remember?
Fired. Yeah, I
Find
remember
that.
seeing the
Go
article.
to find that. Find that in between your 17 tabs that have made your
I just-
face look like angel food cake.
I just found her page again.
Did you?
Yeah, she lied. It's not 30% off. This is nonsense. I'm not subscribing. Bad review. Girl gets fired from Subi dealership.
Yeah.
So are you actually subscribed to people on OnlyFans?
Yeah, a couple people, but people
couple
that I know, not people that
people that I know. It's
Not
people
know
that I
personally,
know,
but,
so
like,
got fucking
That
dirt
makes
on
it
them.
less. That
Yeah.
makes it significantly less weird. You're right.
no, like people that aren't like massive content creators.
Gotcha.
Like
So
people that
you're into the indie side of
the
OnlyFans.
well, because all the people that are like massive, like Tana Mongoloid, she doesn't actually post anything interesting, or
First
there's
of
not
all,
there's
when I first heard her name, was not expecting what she looked like with a
What
last
were you
name
expecting?
Mongoloid.
I found it. Yeah,
I'm-
it's Mongo
Yes, I-
or Tana
Mongoose or
I'm
Montague?
having a stroke. Tana Mongoose.
Mongoose? Yeah, same thing. See,
we
I'm
could
not
call her
thinking-
Mongoose.
I would assume, yeah, it's Tana
So you're
Mongo.
following some indie accounts? Some underground
Yeah, like-
artists?
Yeah, some amateur
Wow.
stuff. Yeah, I found the video though, or I found the article.
Okay, read a little bit of the article.
Promising young mechanic at a Honda dealership in Indiana was
Honda,
fired from her
shit.
job
My
after
bad.
management learned she was making amateur porn outside of work using OnlyFans. Kirsten Vaughn, 24, told BuzzFeed News she was on track to become the first woman master technician at Don Ayers Honda dealership in Fort Wayne when she was abruptly let go from her job.
Chill.
Is that not how you say his name?
Well, no, it's public knowledge. I
Ayers.
guess it's fine. Go for it.
Oh yeah, it's all in here.
What was
she
it?
was-
Don Ayers, Honda,
Yeah.
right on
She was
Lima.
abruptly let go
Uh-huh.
from her job after colleagues discovered her account on OnlyFans, where people can pay to sub for private content.
Get you a pilot and a butthole pick all in one go.
There you go. She said that she mentioned her account in her Instagram stories, and coworkers began watching her videos together at the workplace and then started harassing her. But instead of punishing her colleagues, she said management blamed her for making the OnlyFans account.
That's such a Fort Wayne thing. I love that.
If the
Absolutely.
I
guys,
mean, you were showing your butthole on the internet.
Yeah. She said, quote, if the guys just would have watched their porn at home, none of this would have happened. But instead of looking at it like, hey, the guys are kind of creepy, it's, oh, well, you're the girl that, yeah, she said, but instead of looking at it like, hey, the guys are kind of creepy, it's, oh, you're the girl that brought this to their attention and you're responsible. And then
God,
she
I
was
love
fired
my
in
city.
February.
Oh my God, I love Fort Wayne. It's well, you shouldn't have showed your butthole online, and then
Yeah.
that's not why she got fired. She got fired because she was on fucking social media all the time, but it was later discovered. But the
Managing hers.
but yeah, it's
Bro,
like, oh,
man.
you shouldn't have showed your butthole online, and then people, well, you should have just watched your porn at home.
Should have just watched it at home.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's the most
God.
Fort Wayne thing you could possibly imagine.
I love that. That's so fucking good. Oh my God, I love Fort Weasley so much. You're right. You could go get like a fucking Honda CRV or Honda Pilot and go test drive that, and then like when you buy a car there, did you think that like back then when they had that, like the promotion was like the little hanger on the mirror had her OnlyFans or something,
It's got the little image of OnlyFans on there.
or like you bought it and they're like, hey, we ran out of Honda keychains, but we printed these keychains of one of our tech's assholes.
Yeah.
Find her on OnlyFans.
The exhaust on the CRV is fantastic, but you should check out my exhaust.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Hey, we need.
Get it out.
I see you're due for an 80-point inspection. How about you just jerk off to me?
Yeah.
Subtle. I like it.
Yeah.
You would it would be unkind of you if you did not look at my OnlyFans page while I changed your oil. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I just wanted an oil change.
Hey, that part for the wiper motor on your 96 CRV. Yeah, it's gonna be about a week, but here's a free week pass to my OnlyFans so you can sit at home and jerk off while you wait for the part to come in.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. Dude, I've been waiting on parts for my truck for 2 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I go to your house, and each time I'm in your house or whatever, I look at your truck and I'm like, nope, still fucked
Still
up.
broke. Still fucking broke. I was supposed to drop it off January 10th, and they called me like the week before and they're like, hey, we don't have parts yet. I'm like, okay, cool. Do you know when? Nope. So I called them like last week and they still have no idea. I guess it's back ordered to hell, and I don't know. I'm just driving a truck with one fucking headlight and a big ass
Not
gaping
only
hole in the
that, there
front.
was a fucking dead bird just hanging out in the bumper when I showed up.
Yeah,
the
I
one
should
day.
probably remove that guy, but
I showed up.
We're
Janelle
friends.
turns. I'm looking at it from one side. Janelle looks on the other side. And she's like, "Oh my god, what is that?" I'm like, "That's a dead bird."
I literally got that
That's a
bird
dead
the
bird.
same night. I was driving back from after I hit the deer, and then I hit a
clipped it?
fucking bird. I'm like, God damn it!
Dude, let me tell you what, dude. Some of the fucking
2 for 2.
some of the fucking birds you can hit on the back roads. Holy fuck! I remember.
That's why I don't miss having a motorcycle, dude. That shit scared the fuck
Yeah.
out of me. Have you ever hit a bird on a motorcycle? Like, fuck
dude,
that.
I hit a fucking quail.
Oh,
There's a
Oof.
quail farm or something, and I hit a fucking quail when I was going on my old job, and it was like I was in like this old shitty. It's like a super shitty old work truck. And it's the only one left, and it was like a Blazer or something like an older Blazer, and this shit just it looked like I fucking killed somebody, dude. There's fucking blood just blown out the fucking side of the car. It's a white truck. This thing's head was stuck in the body panel, so it was just like flopping around up against the fucking body panel. His leg was sticking the fuck out of the front. I got out of the car and went, fuck.
Oh,
I had to grab
My-
a broom pole from the satellite office and I was like,
my
poking it.
boss just realized that my truck was fucked up. Like today, after 2 months, he's like, so what'd you do? Hit
What
a
does that mean about your truck?
I don't know.
Is that
He's like, "Oh, did you hit a car or a deer or what?" I was like, "Yeah, I hit a deer like 2 months ago."
dude, you
Oh.
should have played it. You should have been like, yeah, dude, I had that down day and had a couple of wobbly pops and the fucking sign
Yeah,
on my
no.
way in, dude.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Get fired.
Yeah, I did that this morning. I put too much Kahlua in my coffee. Sorry, I put too much coffee in my Kahlua.
Oh
goodness me. Goodness me.
Dude,
No,
yeah.
why could I not go to the cool mechanic shop that's got like an OnlyFans babe working on the truck? Why do I have to?
I don't know if I'd say babe.
Why do I got to go to Uncle Ed's?
I don't know if I'd say babe. I looked her up.
She's pretty hot.
That's why I confused her with the Subaru dealership, I think.
She's pretty hot.
I don't know.
That's
about
me
that.
though. That's me.
That's me.
That's just me.
That's me.
That's me.
I don't know, dude.
That's-
I don't think so. I think
It's understandable.
there's stuff going on there.
Stuff going on
Yeah, I
there.
think there's some stuff, you know.
Yeah, no, not fun stuff.
No.
According to Jeff.
I don't think is that OnlyFans still alive?
Yeah,
Shut
Actually,
up. Does she make a good
probably
amount of
has. Let me look.
money?
Probably got more subscribers.
How many
from that
fappers does she
article.
have?
It doesn't. You can set it to where it can say it if you
Oh,
want
so she
to,
doesn't
or
have
it can be
lot.
a
She
private.
doesn't have a lot.
She's got 318,000 likes on all of her posts. She's got around 1.2 thousand photos and 438 videos, and she's got 300.
1,000 photos of your asshole.
Hey man, different angles, different days. You know, sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes
gotta-
it doesn't.
You got to have the right ratio of good to bad. Ratio.
Jesus.
Oh my
Ratio.
God.
Ratio. Yeah,
Kevin,
no.
I'll pay you
I remember-
$20 to subscribe to it. Send a message to her and ask her to take one inside of a '98 Honda Accord.
I could probably. She probably already has done that.
Probably took them in customers' cars for God's sake.
That would be hilarious. You could totally do it to my Jeep. Go ahead, bro.
Evan's just fucking game for just.
Evan's like, I will drive south and I will take my car to the my Jeep to the Honda dealership.
You can
Jesus.
take a picture in there or whatever. I mean, I don't care, dude. At the end of the day, I mean, what? How
Shit
many
in the-
times
she
am I
could
gonna
shit
have
in
that
the cup
opportunity?
holder of Evan's
No,
Honda
hold on.
Odyssey?
Hold on. That no bodily fluids should be outside of
What?
the body when the photos are being taken. No.
What?
Oh, she actually has it on her link tree of the BuzzFeed article where they
Nice.
talk where she
Wow,
yeah.
some clout, dude. SEO.
What is
baby.
this?
Cloud.
What is this called? What's Clapper? What the hell is this?
Oh,
It's like TikTok,
boy.
but just for showing your butt. How do I get? Is this an app?
Clapper?
Clapper. I clicked on it, and it is just TikTok. It's just TikTok. It's just called Clapper, but there's so much butt.
It's called Clapper, dude. They're clapping them cheeks.
Clap the cheeks.
Evan's
Stop
like,
it.
well,
This is not
we're gonna
real.
cut this short.
This is not real.
I'll post the link tree.
I don't need the tree. Holy fuck, it's real.
I told you it's real.
It clearly was supposed to be something else at one point, but bums have taken it over. Literal.
He's got.
I don't know with a name like Clapper. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was.
No, it's
supposed
got like
to
a
be.
thumbs up, thumbs down. It's like social
Yeah.
video community for Gen X and Yers. It's like,
X Twitter.
and it turned to butts.
Yeah,
she's got a.
Booty cheeks.
I mean, it's just a poor naming. Everyone showed up to show their ass off and went, wait, hold on.
What has she got on the merch
We're supposed
page?
to bake things on this?
She's got a
Show
merch page.
crafts and life hacks?
Here, how do I see like all of the merch all at once so I can go through? She's got a whole bunch of merch apparently. She's got T-shirts.
What is it? Like, is there like
She's got decals, stickers,
Of her
T-shirts, and then no, actually nothing like that. Oh wait, hold on. There's posters.
wow.
Poster of her, one autographed and one not, and then she's got her underwear. She's got 8 different undies to choose from. Why is it
Like used?
wait? Why can you pick between if they're $20 or $40? What are the options?
Well, she probably left some skids in the $40 ones.
Would you like these worn? Oh, so she's not wearing them. Choose an option. No, don't want them
There's
worn.
some scratch
yet.
and sniff on the $40 ones.
So you can do.
Scratch and sniff. My
You can
God.
do. Oh, disgusting. You can do. So no, they're not worn. Yes, they're worn, which is $30, or yes, worn with a picture, which is $40. So it's 10 extra bucks to see a picture of things that you've already worn.
Yeah, you know it.
Can I-
You know it touched her anus, dude.
What, hang on. Why are people just buying underwear that she owned that she didn't even wear? Isn't that the whole fucking point of that market?
She touched
but
it.
wait.
She touched it, dude. She looked at it.
But here's the thing. Here's my question is that
understand.
she's had these. I'm assuming she didn't just
Yes.
buy these and then not wear them. So she's
she-
already worn them. So
She's bought a fucking pack of those motherfuckers.
but I love this though too, where it's you can choose no, yes worn, or yes worn with a picture. So you could pay an extra $10 for her to wear them, and she might not actually even do it. Because you would never know.
No.
You would never know. So
8
you just
pairs
spend
of
an
the same
extra
fucking
$10.
thing. Everybody got the
Yeah.
same goddamn picture.
I'm gonna start selling my
this
underwear
isn't even
on
the color I
fucking
got.
OnlyFans, dude.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I wouldn't. I don't.
I'm gonna eat some
That-
fucking
that's so
Taco Bell
weird.
and sell my underwear, dude. Someone buy it.
It's so weird. I wouldn't buy anybody's clothing. That's weird. I mean, granted, there's a market. Do what you want, have fun, but like that's
someone
not
buy
for
it.
me.
Surely there is somebody that has set up a catfishing OnlyFans and done exactly that. Like
Oh, I'm sure.
just bought underwear, maybe put them on, and fucking just sold them, and people probably eat it up. I'm sure it happens.
Yeah.
Some fucking 40-year-old dude
yeah.
got-
I was.
got a belly full of Taco Bell and fucking slapped those bad boys on,
Put 'em
farted
on.
in them a couple times, and sold them online.
And then they that person gets them and they message the account. They're like, "Oh, these smell so good," and that guy's just laughing. He's like, "Yep, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it smells real great." No, man.
God, I'm sure it exists. I don't know
Jesus.
how OnlyFans goes about verifying anybody, but I'm sure there's some bullshit going on for
There,
sure.
I don't think there's anything they have in place of that, like where you're sending like clothing or pictures, like physical things. I don't think they verify any of that stuff. It's pretty much just
No.
like, do you
Well, I
want
mean, even
this
just the
pair of
base
panties?
account.
It's like, do you want these panties? Tip me $70, and then you just tell them your address or whatever, and they send them off to you, and they might
anyone,
if they're $10 more for tracking.
It's like these smell so good. Yeah, well, that's my ball sweat. So
Yeah,
You
actually,
think-
my
you think
boyfriend wore these.
You think anybody like sharded in a pair and just sold them and never told
I'm
them?
sure
why?
that happened.
absolutely. I'm
I'm sure
sure
that
there's
happened.
a market for it.
Like, would you
Pretty
do?
sure
Like,
that's
There's a
happening.
market for
like
everything.
how do you like like when you go to like the grocery store, right? And you like someone packs your
Go to
groceries.
the used panties section.
No, and
I like
someone
these.
packs your groceries for you, and then you're like, oh, shoot, these apples are bruised, right? I mean, what's the return policy on like, oh, someone clearly shot these. I didn't want that. I wanted fresh ones. How do you go about that? Like, what's the proper way to be like,
don't
hey,
answer
you.
like, I don't want this pair that you shit yourself in and then washed.
They probably have a
I wanted
strict-
just the ones that like you just wore for a second. I didn't want ones that had like anus juice on it and shit. I don't,
Oh, I like the.
because these big ones. I mean, someone's being customer support. You imagine that? That's your job. What do you do?
Maybe they have a
Hey,
strict no return policy.
I work customer service for a place that sells panties that have been used.
I ordered these white panties from this content creator, and they came to me yellow. And when I complained to her about them, she said, "Yeah, you wanted me to squirt them," and I was like, "That's just piss. You just peed in them.
You lied.
You. This is
the real thing.
This is not. You just put fucking lemonade in there, bro."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you fucking.
Packet of fucking Kool-Aid.
This is fucking
Yeah.
old time lemonade. This is
Simply orange.
With the
This is simply orange
Yeah.
with some pulp.
Oh,
I can smell the pulp.
oh no.
Oh God, no.
You message them back. You're like, "Yeah, so this clearly smells like orange juice, and most likely is orange juice. Next time I order a pair, could you get the no pulp instead of some?"
I feel like the lead up to that, someone like the first email starts with, "So really happy you sent these," because like the person's infatuated with the person when they're buying that, right? It's
Yeah.
like, really happy you sent me.
Really happy I received
but
this.
Not happy that you just poured red Powerade on these panties. And really just hoping that I can get the real thing, get my money back here. I'll send these back if you want. These do nothing for me
broke
because it
Evan.
smells like strawberries, and I'm not turned on by strawberries. So I'll send these ones back to you. If I put a pair of my underwear in there too.
Throw 'em out, dude. It's not just. It's
I
not just what
patted,
he's saying.
I licked the top side of a donut and I patted it down a couple times in the crotch.
What
Hope you enjoy.
happening?
There's just gotta be fucked up conversations. Like, I mean, it's
I'm
not
sure.
healthy.
I'm,
There was,
I'm pretty sure if you're buying used panties from someone, like you said, you were probably so infatuated, you probably don't give a fuck.
right.
Like, whatever
No,
you
you
get,
write
you're
an email.
probably
You still
on
write an
board.
email, but it's like, hey,
Can I get a
So
second
don't
here?
want you to hate
I'll
me.
keep
but
these, but
I'll
I
pay,
would
I'll
like
pay
a new
again. I just please don't send me the pink lemonade ones. I know you can pee.
there was I bought that video too. There was a content creator that I subbed to for free, and she kept posting some deal for
Free? Who the
Christmas.
fuck is doing that shit for free?
So that's the thing is that there are some content like Tana Mongoloid has a free account, but then you pay for
Not her
everything
name,
that
but
gets
he
sent to the
still
DM.
says it like that.
I always refer to her that way. But like, so her account is free. You don't have to pay to subscribe to see anything, but then everything on the feed is typically just lewd. There's no actual nudity. And then if you want nudity, which typically what they do is they'll just clickbait a caption. They'll price it at like, here's a 3-second video of me showing my butthole, and then it's like, you pay $38 for this 3-second video,
What?
and then you can price them at whatever you want. Like it's up to the creator. So they'll price it super high, and you'll be like, oh, this might actually
Here's
be
the thing, right?
the thing, and then you pay for it, and it's not that thing, and then it's like,
Look, hold up.
Thanks.
Hold up. If you just went out and you got a Brazilian, you got stuff figured out, you got the right lighting, you just upload photos of your butthole, you could be a dude doing that, and they think you're a chick.
yeah. You could
I
get a
used the
really good
restroom, I'll be right
butthole
back.
picture. You get a really good.
Legitimately
he's gotta
do.
think about this. He's thinking about what he could do now. There's
He's like, I gotta go take a picture for my OnlyFans.
he was like, oh shit, Jeff,
Hold
that's
up.
not a bad idea.
Like, in that case, what do? Do you just have like your profile picture is just straight up a butthole? Because you can't. I mean, at that point, you can't post a picture of your face, obviously.
Yeah,
if you're
you
trying
gotta
to
find
catfish.
other, or you gotta have other ways to mimic
catfished it.
that account. Yeah, no, because I mean, but there was this chick that did that. She made a I gotta grab this out because I can't continue the rest of this conversation without having a drink if I'm gonna reveal any state secrets. What was your question?
What's even more fucked is the fact that we're having this conversation and Nick isn't even here.
No. Well, Nick can't really provide any insight as he's never
This is
been
true.
on OnlyFans.
I also have never been on OnlyFans, but
I am the only one.
I find it riveting.
I am the
Like,
only
what is happening
bachelor.
here?
I am the only bachelor that has been on it.
The rest of us are married and
Yeah.
nope.
It's understandable.
Yeah, Toast, he left. You go.
But like, so there was that chick who was like, for Christmas, she was like, I'm doing a deal. You can get a pair of my panties that I'll like wear for you. And then, which I don't like the idea of that. I'm like, I don't like, there's more things going on than just the nice stuff in those panties. So I don't really want to have that. But then she was like, I'll also send you a candy cane that, whoop.
Oh boy! All right.
Why?
Why?
What if it's melted when it gets here? Like what?
Oh, that's your concern?
Well, that's not my only concern, but it's like, well, think of it's edible.
It's candy,
It's like
it's sugar.
Yeah, it's candy. Like what else is going on? Like what if it's stale?
Sugar typically dissolves when exposed to liquid.
Especially things that are warm.
Yeah.
What's
We're
it?
talking about an OnlyFans creator that for Christmas time offered to shove a candy cane
Up there.
up and then send it to you alongside your
Up
order
their
of
ass?
used panties.
No,
No.
up there, Vagoober.
Up there,
About
I was asked the first thing you went to.
But then, well, Jeff's got a
know.
good point here. Jeff's got a good
He's
point
still
here
on
because
Clapper, man.
she. No.
Yeah,
Jeff's
I'm
got a
on
good point here
Clapper.
because she never offered like, and for an extra $50, I'll put it in my butt too. She never offered that. It was only into the one hole,
it's
and
a
then
cane.
you could do both.
If you go, Jesus. If you
You could do both.
I mean, like, I don't want to. I'm a capitalist, right? So I don't want to be. I want to come off as trying to play down on someone's art, but.
Okay,
there
there's
was a
like
2-for-1 coupon here, and someone chose just to use one.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Someone
but
didn't
like
save. I mean, that's not a smart move.
my thing here with that is that I like when they're like, yeah, this is my art and I love creating it, and it's like they're just terrible photos. Like it's just like there's no lighting.
It's not art.
You can barely. But that's not art. I think that some of the creators who want to create they do a set where
Dude,
they
if you're,
have
if you're shoving, if
they
you're
dress
shoving
up as like
Pez
a
or fucking candy canes up your fucking
Pez?
Vagoober, whatever you're doing, your monkey, your shushka.
What are you doing?
Whatever you're
Launching
fucking
them?
doing, dude.
She launches them in and then she launches them back out.
Yeah.
You try to catch them.
I mean, oh god, I don't think that's art. I mean, call me crazy, but I don't think that's art.
I think that there's art in the sense not for those. I
Where's
agree
the
with
limit?
that, but
Where's the limit as to what is art on OnlyFans? Like, where does it begin to be art?
where does it
So,
get?
I
would say
agree
the people
with Evan
who
that to a
like the
certain
people who
point,
really
like,
take the time, they get the lighting right, they pick the costume that they want to wear, whatever like cosplay they're doing, and like they take a bunch of
It's
photos.
just
They have
dressing
all
up.
like
That's not art.
they're professional. I mean, they're like model photo shoots. I'd say that's art to
They're
a
not
degree.
modeling.
They're modeling their butthole, their titties. Like
I just
They're
don't know
modeling.
I
if
would
it's
almost
art.
argue that there's more art in more of like a clothed setting, like a lewd more so, right? Like a boudoir.
Yeah, I would
shot
agree.
type
I'll
of
agree.
thing.
I'll agree with you.
I would
with
agree.
that.
I would agree
boudoir
with that.
shot, like something like
100%.
that. You talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I'd agree
sure,
with that.
Sure, there's something with that. Yeah, but the moment you take off the robe,
Like you're just
and
they're just in a chair and
yeah.
they're just like,
yeah, and there's a
That's not
fucking
art.
flagpole sticking out of your ass, and you've got
oh,
According to Randy Pitchford, it's actually a magic show.
yeah.
oh.
The moment there's a flagpole sticking out of your ass or whatever, a candy cane, anything.
Flagpole.
All right, and
Flagpole.
you've got
Flagpole.
nipple pasties on that are like some fucking weird cosplay thing or whatever. Cosplay's not bad. Okay?
No, it's
But
not.
when you get something shoved up your ass at the same time as your dress is the fucking thing that normally doesn't have something shoved up its ass, there's a problem. That's not cosplay. You're
got a
just
good point
being
here.
you're taking that character and you're shoving something up that character's ass. Is what you're doing at that point.
I mean, if they're dressing up as Tracer and they're like, I'm going to put this in my butt, I mean, that's a very interesting photo shoot to me.
Nick in our chat sit flagpoles for days. Oh, Nick.
Flagpoles 4 days with a Z at the end.
No, he forgot 4 though.
Oh,
Such a
he
Nick
didn't?
thing to
Oh,
do.
that is a Nick thing to do. Yeah, man, no, I
Fourth?
mean, I've been...
At least in the YouTube one. I don't know if he commented on Twitch too, but
yeah, no, I mean, there are plenty of creators that will, they'll, well, one thing that you steer away from or like that you shouldn't do is follow any content creator that
This is
says
like fucking OnlyFans 101 with Evan.
it's
That's
like
what this
tips.
episode
It's
is
like
right now.
five secret hacks to make sure you get the right people that
Some
you want to watch or
BuzzFeed
listen to.
article.
Yeah. I don't particularly like any creator that says like all my fun happens in the DMs, because then that means that you send them a message and they say tip $20 to have fun. And it's like $20 for
What's
what?
fun though? Like, what do you get out of that?
Sexting. So you tip 15 to start the session, and then you pay for every photo or video that's sent as well. And then they get increasingly more expensive. You can look this all up
Like,
on Reddit.
this is insane.
part
like,
of me turned
They're making
another
bank.
way on the art
Of
thing.
course
though.
they are.
Because with art, right?
wish I was a hot chick.
you have a blank canvas, right? Let's say when you're painting, right? How do
Sure.
you,
Yeah.
What do you do to a butthole? How do you dress that up? How do you fucking?
Get tattoos around it. Make
do
it
you
look
get-
like a
how-
butterfly.
I do not like that. I think that's really gross. Whenever I see the dark spot and then I see there's more ink around it that makes everything residually look darker, I don't have a good feeling about whatever's going on.
Dude, just trying to cover it up, dude.
It's not. No, don't.
Make
trying
it
to
look
make-
like a
that's
butterfly,
art.
so
That's
when
art.
you quirk it
Dude, that's
flies.
art.
No.
That's art. You may not like that. That's art. That's asshole art. Dude.
So,
I guess I don't
wanted
like
to-
asshole art.
I wanted to circle back to the cosplay thing because
What would you
I
get?
would. What?
What would you get
Around my
your
butthole?
asshole? Yeah, what'd you get?
Currently, just hair.
Oh,
You're welcome.
I would get an accretion disc like that you see on the edge of a black hole. There's so much power in there. So much power in there.
I'll do one up for you. I'd get like whatever the cutaway looks like from the large hadron collider for dark matter and shit. I'd do that up, dude.
Make it look like a solar eclipse.
Or I get the Who's
there
logo.
you go.
I get the Who's logo, and my asshole will be the center bullseye of the Who.
That's funny too. That's funny too.
Or maybe curling. Maybe some curling rocks going down my back.
Oh wow. Oh man.
I was gonna say that the cosplay stuff, like in itself, is very artful. Like some of those people put in crazy work for the cosplay.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
they do.
yeah,
That's
sure.
Now,
right.
as far as like once it starts to get into the territory of like,
Yeah.
yeah, now she now
got an
it's
umbrella
you know,
up her ass. Yeah, that's a problem.
yeah, you're like I mean that seems unnecessary, but people have like fanfic about that shit, so some people want to see it. So
Yeah.
I don't fault them for cornering that market.
No, not especially when you look at how much money they can make. Like an insane amount of money, and that's just impressive. It's
Yeah.
really like one of those things where it's like, holy shit, like
Seize the
Maybe
opportunity, I guess.
like I might not like the creator themselves because I personally think that what they're doing is a scam, but like if they're I mean they can afford a house, they got like a couple cars and shit, like good for you, man. Like I'm not going to, rain on your parade or nothing. I'm just not going to pay cuz you clearly don't need my help,
That whole sexting thing is wild. So you pay $15 to even get into the conversation, and then from there you have to pay more per like picture and per
Yeah.
text.
Yeah, you
like
gotta
that's
pay like
crazy.
It's like what Evan said. It'll be like I got a buddy at work that frequents OnlyFans, but yeah,
They're doing the Lord's work.
From what I understand, yeah, you basically are like, hey, what's up? And then they like, oh, you need to pay me $20 to continue this conversation. Like, they just stop at any time and they can be like, hey, $5 or whatever. And You know, hey, I
Like,
want to see your, you know, your fucking balloon knot, and they go, hey, throw me, throw me, throw throw me $15, you know, throw me a fucking Subway card so I can eat, you know.
Good Lord.
You could be like $150 into this and still have blue balls. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. That's
Dude,
crazy.
You could
Again,
go. You could
as
go for
I-
hours and spend hundreds of dollars, and the girl could never send her. You know, you could never send you her fucking tandoori tunnel, dude. Ever.
Jesus. Here, I have a great example. One of the creators I follow said, "What's up, baby?" And I said, "I just got off work. What about you?" And she said, "I'm so wet already. Tip $15 so we can come together." I said I just got off work.
How many
You
of
don't
those are
ask me how my
bots,
day
right?
was.
How many of those are bots? How much do you think
So
that's a
that's
chat bot?
so that the thing is I don't think necessarily that they're chatbots. I think that some of these creators literally just have like in their notes
saved stuff.
Yeah, they just copy and paste it right in.
I think someone's working for them. Like
Well,
a
that can
Tana,
also be
like
totally-
a Tana fucking mongoose mongoloid, whatever the fuck your name is, dude. They've probably got a team of like 6 people at the same time, dude.
I know.
You
for,
imagine the
like,
amount of fucking people trying to get a photo of her crap trap, dude.
Nick's tattoo would absolutely be the worm from Doom, by the way.
It totally would. It totally would. No, like, and then the funny thing is to add on to that, like, especially for those huge creators like Tana and other like even porn stars and stuff, they'll have like, you want to be a part of my VIP, section or VIP list. You tip $100, and then you get the ability to talk to them.
Dude, that's wild.
Like, you pay $100, like for Tana. So the way hers works is that if you want to send her a message, you have to tip something for each message you send, or you tip her $100 and then she adds you to a list where you don't have to tip for every single message you send. But then she might not even fucking respond anyway to your messages. And then if you you can't sext with her or anything like that. And then it's like, if you want to send her a picture of your giggly goo, you have to tip like $50 or $100 with it. I don't know if that's exactly right. I don't know how much he charges for that, but I know that you had to pay to even talk to her every time. You either had to pay per DM or just spend $100 outright.
As I have said on the show many of times, porn is free now. So like I understand some people are like, oh well, I do it for people I know, which in itself that's a slippery fucking slope in itself.
Yeah.
But like when you're talking about somebody like the Terra Mongoose or whatever the fuck.
Mongoloid, yeah.
We're butchering her name more and more. Like, it was right
absolutely.
first, and now we're just making it like, now we're just
Jake
gonna start
Paul
calling
dated her for a while.
We're gonna just start calling her Taylor.
And he's a fucking idiot.
Mongolagoo. He's a moron.
But anyway, something like that. I mean, how is that any different than just watching a porn star? I don't understand. Why not just watch free
I think it's
porn?
the
Why dump
interaction.
hundreds of dollars?
I think it's the interaction.
Yeah, but it's all fake anyway.
I know it's all fake, but people get desperate, and I think people get into, like, especially these big ones, they get into this mood where it's like there's a sense of interaction. You know what I mean? Like, you could sit at home and you could throw $100 bill at Riley Reid on your fucking computer screen. Nothing's gonna hapen.
I've done that before. It's actually, you feel kind of cool.
Now you could, okay, so you could do that at home, but instead,
Evan, I love you.
You could send to a chat. You could send $100, and still nothing might happen, but it got to them.
Maybe.
So, yeah,
or their intern read it.
And I gotta say,
Absolutely. I mean, you imagine being the intern. You're like, hey, I just got a fucking. Where'd you go to school? UCLA. Who are you an intern for? Intern for this guy named Ricky Brown. He's this exclusive guy that does nothing but shove things up his ass on cam. I work customer support, and I work in marketing, trying to work through some Google ads where we show his stink star, but they keep getting flagged.
He just has all these great names for buttholes.
Oh my god!
They got an intern working for him where they're like, "Yeah, we just got a picture of Jim's earthworm. What do you want us to do? Which picture would you like us to send?" They're like, "Oh yeah, send the picture with half of the butthole showing, not the full butthole, just half the butthole.
See if he does $50 more. Looks like he's doing $50 more. What do we want to do? God damn it! We've already shown half my asshole. What do we do?"
The beautiful thing is, though, that
Find
Jeff brought up. about the intern is that there was a creator that I followed, who did she did like if you got a set from her, like if you paid for a set, which is they weren't cheap or they weren't like super expensive, they were $10, but it was 40 photos and they were all professionally shot 4K cameras and all this like kind of elaborate setup and whatnot. And then she announced, I don't follow her anymore, but she announced that she had an intern who would be answering DMs, but she doesn't do any sort of interaction in terms of sexual content. It was like if you were asking for something like, hey, I want to pick up this set, or hey, I want this kind of rating, or I want, something custom for me. She answered things like that, but there was no sort of sexual interaction.
So she did nothing sexual interaction. She just got, let me get this straight. She had no sexual interaction, but somebody messaged her saying, I would love to see you shove this mag light up your asshole and take 40 photos and send it to me. And she did that.
She didn't do any insertion or anything like that. It was all just
I would like you to just show your asshole and send me 40 photos of it. She did that?
Spread the cheeks, baby. Yeah.
I don't get it, dude.
I mean, I gotta credit the intern for being like, yeah, I'll look at your, butthole and
well, she got no choice. She got an intern.
Well, I mean, hey, man,
this is her experience. She's trying to work at the Walt Disney Company. She's got to get this under her belt.
Here's how I got started.
This on
What were you? What were you? I was an account executive for Balloon Knot Industries LLC. I mean, like, what the fuck, dude?
An intern for an accountant. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, no,
man. In the human resources department for a summer.
I mean, yeah, there's a whole
what did you learn? Make sure to wear gloves when you bleach.
Oh. There's a whole like spectrum of content creators, and there are like the really shitty ones who are like, it's basically every other message they send to you is some sort of like, oh, I love the ones that are so clickbaity that try to make guys feel bad, where they're like, help, I'm trying to break my record on OnlyFans for how many people buy this one thing. So I priced this video at $3 trying to see how many people will buy it. Yeah. But it's the same video that's like a public thing on her page, on her feed, and it's funny where people will like, guys will call them out, like, which, I mean, granted, then that gets turned into something where I feel like some news article would carry as like, all these people who follow this content creator are toxic. It's like, well, look at what the creator's doing. I mean, if they're just doing dumb bullshit and they're calling it out, that's their, they get to do that. Call them out. Yeah, they did something stupid, or they didn't post like, they said they were going to do this thing and then they so clearly lied about it, and some schmuck, paid $50 for it. It's like, and he gets,
just
fucked up.
Or his schmeckle.
Isn't that like how that Belle Delphine like blew up because she fucking just kept.
I thought that was a bath
teasing
water.
And teasing.
She blew up from that. She blew up from the bathwater, but then
she did like clickbaity bullshit for forever.
And then
like, people finally got pissed off, and then she like finally did the shit, and then people like stopped caring.
Well, yeah, because she finally did it. She finally did actual like
porno,
she did.
Right?
She shot a couple videos, and then, which is hilarious because all the stuff that I'm talking about, you can just go to a website and it's leaked, and it's on Reddit. Like, there are subreddits dedicated to a specific creator where they just leak all the shit. Some asshole pays for it and then posts it in the Reddit, and everybody just screenshots it and saves it. So like,
that's the only way I even know about it is from Reddit and Twitter just being fucking angry as hell.
Well, it's like,
what happened?
Belle Delphine did it, and she actually did like a couple real porn videos, and they were terrible. Like, it's just
what was bad about them? Was it the acting?
It was the acting, I guess you call it. It was them actually like the actual like them having sex. It was just boring. It was like watching two parking meters just back and forth. Like, it wasn't. There was nothing. Because there's nothing interesting about it. It's like, if you like, there's more interest in watching
each other.
Yeah, there's more interest in watching two parking meters try to fuck than there is watching her and her boyfriend have sex. Like,
I would pay to see two parking meters fuck.
I would pay. Yeah, I'd be like, holy shit, I want to see that. But then it's like,
how's this gonna work?
All they do is fuck people all day.
Her videos were stupid though. They were like the same vein as like, help, I'm stuck in this washing machine, which so clearly I am not stuck in. But hers was
what are you doing, step bro?
Yeah, hers was like, I'm waiting for the one where they turn that all around and like the guy gets stuck and then like, it's like, what are you doing, stepmom?
I'm waiting for the time where the washing machine turns on by accident.
The
door would have shut. Safety.
Nah, safety's off
That's
on
true.
this one. It's got jam. There's a panty, or I'll write it porn right now. There's a panty in the safe lock for the fucking.
That's-
And it
for the
mutilates
thing,
the
and
fucking
it-
person.
No,
Jesus.
no, yes.
It drowns them and spins them.
It wouldn't
and
drown them. The
twists
door's
them.
open, dude. It would just like,
It's like-
wash them.
It's like where the
Well,
girlfriend,
a top load washer though.
she's
I'm not
trying
talking
to
top
seduce.
load. That's fucking crazy. That's some crazy
Oh.
talk.
Well, that's where we draw the line.
Dude, we don't top load. That's crazy shit, dude.
He's like, there's a guy
is a side
walking around the
loader,
house,
dude.
and there's like his stepmom or his stepsister is stuck in the washer. She's like, "Can you help me out? I'm stuck." And he's like, "I know what this is all about." And he turns the safety off and turns the washer on and just walks away and watches her get spun around. There you go. That's a real way to
And
change
now
the,
it went to 4chan instead.
change the
It was going to
dynamic
be
of
on
that.
Pornhub, but it's not
Yeah,
anymore.
well,
Damn.
It's
And
not
then he
anymore.
turns
We
and
couldn't.
he goes, "Damn it. That was the white slowed."
Did you ever see
No.
that guy that just like posted like motivational shit on Pornhub for a while?
I
He
love
just
that
put on
guy.
there-
That guy was
Like,
funny.
Yeah, he built like a whole platform on Pornhub of just being like wholesome and like a genuinely like
He wore
motivational
like a
guy.
he wore like a sweater vest, and he would sit there and he'd be like, "I give you encouragement for 5 minutes while you search for the perfect video." I was
Did
like,
he,
"That is
did he
awesome."
get like partner? Did he get like money off
Oh, I'm
ads?
I
sure.
don't know.
I'm sure
Probably.
he did. I'm
He
sure
was all
did.
over Reddit for a while. I saw him at least like once every other week for probably a span of like 3 months.
That's
It's like,
amazing.
good God, look at this
I
guy
saw-
go.
I saw the Dr. Pepper official account on a Pornhub comment section that said you get a free Dr. Pepper when you watch your next video. I was cracking up. I was cracking up. I was like, dude, I love it. Sometimes that's the best thing is the Pornhub comment section where it's just like it's just some like, this chick's getting railed or whatever by her boyfriend and her husband's watching, and it's like just some guy in the comments who's like, "Hey, has anybody played Elden Ring yet?" Like it's like just asking normal
Yeah.
like weird questions.
It's
that-
just ridiculous
I remember that's
comments.
I remember that when it was Fallout 4 was coming out and they got leaked footage and they couldn't put it on YouTube, so people uploaded it to Pornhub. You can find gameplay videos on Pornhub. Like you can find people just playing games. Like it's just so funny.
I've seen screenshots of them where it's like somebody in the comments asking for help with a video game. They're like, "Hey, where do you find this Korok
Yeah.
seed or whatever in Breath
Yeah.
of the Wild?"
They're asking for help. Yeah, they're like, "Yo, can somebody help me out on this?" And then there are some of the really weird ones where there are comments where it's like, "Man, I just really hate my fucking life," and it's like, "Dude, don't come on. We're already in a dark spot here. We're watching 18 plus content. We don't need to hear the sadness of what happened after you blew. Like, just close the tab and go to bed. Like, we
Post-nut
don't need to know
clarity
anymore."
sunk
Yeah,
in.
it's just like post-nut
Clarity.
post-nut depression. Like, there's no clarity about it.
Oh, fuck. My eyes are so
no.
dry.
There was something I was going to say about OnlyFans, but I can't remember what it was. We were talking about it before we got on that whole tangent about the whole getting stuck in the dryer thing, but I can't remember what.
What are you doing, step bro?
Have you ever seen the there's this
that's what I was
creator
saying.
on
Yeah.
on
Waiting for the
TikTok
guy.
that makes videos where it's like his name's like Pool Boy whatever, but he shoots these videos with his girlfriend and she's like clearly trying to like fuck the pool boy type of thing and he's too dumb to fucking get it. And she's like,
Oh,
"Oh
yeah.
yeah, can you come in and help me clean my pipes too?" And he's like,
Oh.
"Oh yeah, I can." And he's like, "So where's the leak?" Or whatever, like fucking goes on.
He's
this
actually
thing,
trying
like,
to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's like genuinely just trying to
That's
be helpful.
hilarious.
They're pretty entertaining, like those spoofs.
I love watching those videos. That's the only reason I'd ever watch like the big studio ones, just because I find them so hilarious in their premise of just like one of them where it's like, the Dr. Jordy in the case of like the, sploosh or something like that. And it's just some girl who can't stop squirting. And it's just like, it's just so nonsense. It's just so stupid.
So you mean she can't stop peeing?
Yeah, she just can't stop peeing.
Oh,
How
that's
much
right.
water
We
you
had this
gotta drink for
debate
some shit
online,
like that?
right? Didn't we have this
I
debate?
wonder
where
how-
we
I don't even
found
think it's a
out-
debate. It's pretty well
No,
proven at
I
this
know.
point. It's like
yeah.
90%
It was,
piss.
It was, yeah. It's like 90%.
It only comes out. Yeah, it only comes out clear like that because they're just chugging water before.
Yeah, they're
They
so
go about it.
hydrated.
I mean, they don't
Yeah.
stab another hole in the fushusha to fucking get it out.
They've got all these. They've got.
I love. God.
They have this.
You know,
They
it's
have
not
these
like
other,
stabbing a hole and it comes out. It's got to come out something.
They have these.
You know what I mean? Jesus.
What do we call it?
Like
they
a
have these.
Capri Sun.
They have these.
Yeah, they're
like
not. They're not tapping another hole above the place where piss comes out of. I mean, it's you know,
Jesus.
they're not sitting there putting their schnuffle, putting the fucking hole in it, and then fucking, you know, then I'm good to go. I mean, it's coming out where the piss comes out.
They have these videos or this whole site dedicated to just some guy who is constantly coming. Like it's literally like these are not. I'm not joking. These are not
fake,
this is,
dude. Where the guy's got like
yeah,
a
they are.
syringe or something, behind.
Well,
the scenes
yeah, because it always is, so like they're not like amateur. They're professional sites with professional stars, and it's like stepdad sleeps with this and
clown,
whatever. Yeah, sleeps with clown daughter, and then it goes into like they're banging, and all of a sudden he pulls out and just like goops of like lube come out. It's so gross. It's actually
I know
disgusting.
exactly. Yeah, where it looks like cloud, like fucking white freezy.
Yeah,
white freezy looking.
it just it comes out like it's so weird, but then you can tell like they don't even try to make it look real.
No,
because it's constantly he's cream pieing her
dude.
for 45 minutes. Essentially, he like every 5-10 minutes he's got another load and he just comes in her again, and then he finishes with a facial, and the facial is clearly real, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's just gross and messy.
Make
like,
sure you put
like,
the explicit warning on this episode there.
Yeah, should be
when you upload. Every single one should, but no, I know what you're saying. I mean, it looks like some dude's just like jumping on a bottle of Elmer's glue, dude.
Yeah,
when it goes,
Jeff actually nailed it.
Well,
like that is
boom,
you nailed it.
Like if it wasn't if there was an open air above this guy and he hit a wall, it looked like someone got shot in the back of the head.
Yeah,
they hit the wall.
Yeah, it is fucking. It's wild. Like just some of the lengths they're going to like keep people interested in getting like subscribing or paying for like $30 like browsers. That's the only way they're like. So I feel like that's the only way they're surviving.
Can I say a story about browsers? That's just fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude, I want to hear it.
So my roommate JJ worked at a Best Buy in oh my gosh, was it Oshawa? I think it was Whitby, the Whitby one that he worked at, or Pickering. So, anyways, whatever. There's a Best Buy that he worked at. And he would constantly fuck shit up. I mean, so much stuff. He like tipped over like a skid of fucking printers one day, like moving them in the office. He fucking was grabbing a TV and that shit fell right from like the top of the fucking ladder down. But his manager was this really interesting dude, and his manager had a browser's account or whatever, and he let Jay have the fucking password. And Jay went around and handed that shit out to like 30 fucking people. So every time you go on it, you'd be like, the fuck is that? Like there'd just be some like weird different video, and it would just get weirder and weirder and weirder as people would log on to that shit, and people were just like, what, who the fuck is fucking watching that shit? Because you couldn't make numerous profiles, so it was just one. Eventually the manager literally changed his password. He's like, boys, I go in, he's like, immediate turn off whoever's watching this crazy shit. He's like, I had to fucking he's like, I changed the fucking password. I've had to click on like 100 different videos to change up recommends, dude. I can't fucking do this
yeah,
anymore.
you gotta change the algorithm. We had a guy in high
someone
school.
got in there and just went wild, dude, with some weird fucking shit.
We had
and I know for sure who it is, 100%.
Oh, you know?
Like they did it on purpose, or
No.
this is literally their taste?
No, I know for sure who fucking did that shit.
Like, did they fuck up the algorithm on purpose, or was this something like they genuinely liked those videos?
Genuinely.
Okay.
Genuinely
Oh, wow.
would be down with those videos.
That's incredible.
Like, I mean, we're talking weird ones. We're talking like Futurama, fucking...
Oh, no.
We're talking,
no.
we're talking the one.
Peter Griffin and Lois.
Yeah, we're talking some wild
Those are
shit,
wild.
dude.
Good animation on those guys. They're really good. They really sell it. Makes me feel like I'm watching the show. It's not. I'm lying.
Yeah.
We had a guy in high school who posted on his Snapchat story. He goes, "Hit me up if you want access to my Pornhub Premium account." We We were like, hell yeah, dude. We were like, everybody hit that guy up. We were so happy. We were like, dude, you got the
Goddamn hero.
shit. Yeah, he was the hero of our time. I remember him. Yeah, he was great. He was awesome.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah,
Dude,
no,
there was
I
like-
think that's what I said to him.
It's
I said that
amazing,
on
though,
Snap
that,
when I
like,
saw the story. I was
How
like,
many
not all
people
heroes
can
wear
share
capes.
that shit?
Yeah, you can't even. Well, the shitty thing is that you can't even do that anymore. You can't
I
even
know,
pay
now
for
that
Pornhub Premium.
They gotten smarter with a bunch of stuff. The difference is
Well, no,
now, too, is, like,
not
back
even
then
that.
They couldn't tell multiple sessions.
No, like hold
So
on.
there'd be like
I'll
20
during,
people on at the
COVID.
same time. Probably it's a fucking Sunday night, right before fucking school on Monday. Everyone's just at home jerking off.
No, like here, get premium now. Oh Jesus, get this fucking shit off my screen. God, it's disgusting. Oh, you can use
That's your algorithm.
No, this is just the page on the Pornhub Premium account. Yeah, you can't pay for a card anymore. You have to use crypto for Pornhub Premium. You cannot pay with a credit
Really?
card. Yeah, because everybody got in trouble, or they got in trouble because now every single video has to be uploaded from a verified account because people were posting child pornography and revenge
that'll do
sex videos. And that's Riley Reed. We should do the porn game soon. I think it'd be really good at it.
Yeah, I think you'd be too good at it. Okay, get off of it.
Was it reflecting?
Yeah, I could see it.
There's some dirty shit on that page. There's some dirty shit on that page.
Ah, shit.
There's some not so clean imagery there. Yeah, no, I thought that was crazy when they. I mean, I get why. Like, I'm not gonna, like all the shit that they were posting that shouldn't have been posted. Like, yeah, like the revenge sex and child pornography is terrible. It shouldn't have been on there in the first place. That was, they should have had a better algorithm or better way of stopping that. But
That's a Canadian
now
company.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Pornhub.
Didn't you make a website that used Pornhub orange as one of the colors, like the main color?
That's awesome.
It wasn't a website.
That's so cool.
It was a UI for a video game, and I can't disclose what video game, and I can't disclose
No.
when I did that. But
I knew you couldn't say too much about it, but I just
There,
I just
I'll
wanted
find
to
it.
touch on the fact that you used the color.
So there was, it's fine. There was a retro game that got re-released on Steam, and I was part of it. And for like the longest time, we were trying to find this like nice orange for the UI because we were doing the
You're
UI,
like,
and I was
"Bro."
like, I don't know what the fuck I would use. Like, this is too orange. There's too much red in this orange, or this is too fucking light. And then it just hit me one day. I went, oh my god.
Oh shit.
And so I took a screenshot, I sampled it, and then I took the fucking color code. And yeah, I used the exact color code for the Pornhub orange in a UI for a video game.
When you open up the menu, it plays the Pornhub song. That little jingle.
The little drum beat. Yeah.
Boom,
Hell
boom.
yeah, dude. I actually just saw a video of that on YouTube where some guy, some high schooler played that at like a competition. He played the Pornhub intro theme and he got immediately taken out of the competition. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, this guy's got talent. Let him go. He'll probably do the
amazing.
Whiplash solo next.
Oh,
So on
shit.
our last episode, I took a clip of something that Nick said and put it at the beginning of the episode just for shits and giggles before
yeah,
the
it
music
makes
came
sense.
in.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I can do that for this episode. Everything has been balls.
It's pretty bad.
This
You
one's
could
gonna
use
be
the
hard
clip
to
where I
find a
said, well,
good
they're not
clip.
stabbing a hole in their vafusha. You could use
know
that.
if I want that before our disclaimer.
It's fair enough.
Good lord.
I gotta get that disclaimer in there before I use anything from this episode.
Can I?
Next episode, we'll catch back up.
I want to bring this to a bit of a cleaner topic.
Yeah.
Or are we done? Are we still doing an hour? Or are we doing an hour and a half still? I don't remember. Nick
We're
told me that
doing
you
an
guys were
hour.
trying to shorten.
I mean, it could be a little bit
Couple
over,
minutes,
but yeah,
couple
we
minutes.
got
Okay.
time. Do you get something
Trying to
quick?
get-
Because I got something quick.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to get tickets to John Mayer for April in
Jesus
Chicago.
Christ.
I'm pretty excited. I'm thinking
What a
about getting a
segue.
pretty nice ticket. I know. Well, fun fact. I can add this in because it relates to our last topic with John Mayer. I read something about how they were talking about anonymously on Reddit, like craziest celebrity encounters that some people have had. And BuzzFeed put together the 10, 20 craziest or 20 funniest ones that they thought.
Yeah.
And one of them was a girl who was at a club in LA with John Mayer years ago. Like this. So obviously this could totally be fake. Probably not true, but
Probably real.
she was, or it could be very real. It depends. where she was at a club with John Mayer at a party, and she was there, and everybody else walked away, and she was alone with John Mayer, and John Mayer said to her, "Let me see your fucking butthole," and she did not disclose if she did or not.
Stop it.
Apparently, I can't. I'll have to find the article again, but I thought that shit was crazy. But yeah, I'm trying to get concert tickets to him, and I'll.
Is that when he became your hero?
Well, he was already pretty close to being my hero before that, but that kind of cemented it for me. Where I was like, I wish I had that kind of level of confidence. Or, I mean, you could take that as it's a pretty terrible thing to say. I mean, it really depends on the situation. But no, I'm trying to get tickets to go see him in April in Chicago. He's not coming to Detroit, so I'm kind of bummed out about that. I got this shirt.
Dang.
I wouldn't come to Detroit either.
I wouldn't either. I hate it here. I got this shirt the other day. I got coffee mugs for my mom and my dad, and then I'm actually getting a free shirt that just shipped today. I got a free shirt for watching that Pandora live concert thing.
Did you have to pay for the Pandora thing?
Didn't you do that while we were recording an episode?
Yeah, it was.
No, we did that. We did it in the middle of a meeting.
It was
during a meeting.
Oh, it was a meeting. That's what it was.
Yeah, I was jamming. No, it was. You didn't actually have to pay for the Pandora thing. It was all free. You just had to RSVP to the event or whatever, and then you just got the link.
It's going to be
join.
like a Gildan 100 grit shirt, dude.
It actually looked pretty good. It actually, probably, I mean, I would say it arguably looks better than the one I have now, the wild blue one that I'm wearing. But
interesting.
Yeah, sorry. Go on with yours.
Yeah,
your story.
Sorry, I'll tell you somebody who'd show their asshole. Justin Trudeau.
Probably already has. I'm surprised it hasn't come out yet.
100%.
Hold on. Justin Trudeau butthole. I don't care about his fucking birthday.
The man has done.
I don't care about his birthday.
Holy man, this guy's got cheeks Magunda.
Magunda.
Who has the best booty? Oh, I gotta post this photo. You guys gotta look at this shit.
Dude.
Look at the OBO chat.
So what's crazy
I don't know, man.
Is like, have you guys caught up with like what's going on in Canada?
With the Freedom Convoy, is that what you're referencing?
The way that it was like shut down and the shit that he just passed tonight.
I did not. I mean, I don't really keep in touch with Canadian politics.
These people pretty much, I mean, it was the most Canadian protest possible. They had bouncy castles and fucking like hot chocolate and
it was
beers.
like a festival, like a carnival.
Yeah, basically they like lifted a bunch of mandates, but then they put specific mandates on truckers, which doesn't really make that much sense because they didn't have them to begin with the entire time, right? And so this was like during the downturn of it. And on top of that, like 90% of the population is vaccinated up there. So like everyone's kind of like, what the fuck? So the truckers basically parked out front of Parliament, which would be like parking in front of Congress essentially, to protest, right? Peacefully, did their thing, just chilled, whatever. Went on for about 3 weeks. They're honking and shit like that. All this stuff downtown, held up all of downtown Ottawa. I get it. They go break them up. They tell me to get the fuck out. I kind of understand. I mean, they have the right to protest, but they broke them out. They broke them out in kind of a shitty way. He enacted the Emergencies Act, which allows him to like send the police in, allows him to say that protest is like an endangerment to like the citizens of Canada and all this kind of shit. But then that fucker froze people's bank accounts.
What?
Oh.
So people who were there, they didn't necessarily do anything bad. They were just there. He froze their bank accounts and he froze their insurance on their trucks. So they couldn't drive their trucks, so they had to get towed. Wow. And then the fucking police come in and they're all like jacked up, right? Trying to get people out. Right. I mean, I watched a shit ton of stuff. I watched live streams of the protesters. I watched live streams of the people protesting the protesters. I watched fucking the news all over the fucking place. And the cops come in. It wasn't really that crazy. People are like, yeah, okay, we'll fucking leave, whatever, right? It's been 3 weeks, we'll leave. They leave. And then the police officer comes up today and says that they're going to prosecute everyone and anybody that was at the fucking thing. And they're going to find them. And it's like, holy fuck. So then that asshole today, I can say that because he's my prime minister, but that asshole today goes on and the Emergencies Act, and he puts it into place that going forward, they just have the right to freeze anyone's bank account going forward now, the government.
That should not be allowed.
And it passed.
Yeah, that's fucked up. It passed?
It passed because, so he has a fringe minority government, which means that
Yeah.
basically like there's multiple parties in Canada, right? So there's the NDP, which is a New Democratic Party, which is like fucking socialist at this point, pretty much. They used to be like blue collar party, right? Pretty much, but they're not anymore. It's all like
Right.
it's very socialist vibe. Then there's
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, then there's the Liberal Party, and then there's the Conservative Party, and then there's the Bloc de Québécois, which those are separatists, and then there's the fucking Green Party, which is like one guy smoking a fucking bowl or something in the fucking corner of the House.
Come on, bros! I got all the answers.
Basically,
Hit this with me.
it's all split up. So the NDP goes with the Liberals each time, which acts as a minority government, and they passed it. So he has multiple rights to do crazy shit. I mean, just like insane shit. Like freeze bank accounts, can declare a protest unlawful, it can just send the police in to break it up, and can prosecute anybody for having a protest.
That's insane.
It was even a predominantly peaceful protest, right?
Right.
Like,
oh, extremely. No one died.
was
Not a single death. They actually cleaned the fucking place up.
I heard nothing about any, like in any news articles, because like I said, I
No.
don't pay attention to it, but I heard nothing about any sort of violence happening.
They cleaned everything up, and I was trying to watch like the news. I was trying to watch the stream today while they were debating on it before they had the vote tonight. And there's people on there being like, "Well, we need to vote for this against like white supremacists." I'm like, there's no white supremacists. There was like 3 Punjabi guys dancing around to Bollywood music outside their trucks when they panned the fucking camera. Like I don't think
right, like there was no.
I don't think there's Punjabi supremacists. Like I don't think
there was
that's
no, there was no
thing.
racial.
No, this is
to
just
it.
people were like, "Hey, we're kind of sick and tired of this. 90% of us are vaccinated." They had originally come out and said when 70% of Canadians are vaccinated, that everything be okay. Omicron happened. I understand they need to figure shit out, but then they went and like hit the truckers out of fucking nowhere, and they're like, "What the fuck is this shit?" So, yeah. Now they have
nothing like cutting off all of your import and exports for your entire fucking country.
Right. And that's why I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, what a silly fucking thing to do. So, it's crazy. So they're going to freeze the bank's accounts of donors that donated to the cause, which people were donating money for like food and shit so they could be there. They're going to arrest that. The RCMP, which is essentially like the FBI back home, said it has provided banks only with the names of organizers and owners of trucks who had refused to leave the protest area. But what do you do?
Meanwhile, over in Israel, the country that has been locked down almost the tightest during this entire thing is now getting ready to let unvaccinated people visit their country again. And Canada's locking down harder than it has been, which is impressive because they've already locked down incredibly hard.
Canada has been the most ridiculous shit in the world, bro. Like, my parents are finally going to be able, I don't think I told you this, bro. My parents are finally going to be able to come down here March 18th. Because the hardest part was they could come down here no problem. Going back to their own fucking country was such a fucking hassle.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
They wouldn't accept like rapid tests and like you have to.
No, but now they do. But now they do. It's the craziest. It's like makes no fucking sense. Like I understand we got through all that shit. I understand that it's not even the politics side of it. I just sit here and I'm like, okay. So like I was told to take PCR tests constantly because the rapid tests don't work, and that's why they wouldn't accept them at the border. Now it's like, now we're going to accept the ones that don't work. It's like, wait, what the fuck is this? What is that?
It was wild. I mean, like,
it's like someone's like, boy, we got 3 million rapid tests sitting in a fucking closet. Let's use those bad boys up. Put a fucking mandate. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't understand it. These people, like, it's crazy. I can't explain it. Like, the craziest thing was not seeing my seeing my family for 2.5 fucking years, or 2 years. Sorry, it was fucking going up to my family and then trying to discuss with them. Even like when we were fucking locked down, okay, we were not locked down like them. So like trying to have a conversation with them about like the fucking rules here versus there, they can't even comprehend it. Like I don't think they understand until they finally fucking come down here. Like, it's crazy. They're just like fucking just been in a bubble for so fucking long that you can't even talk to anybody up there where it's like, yeah, we haven't done that for X amount of time. Or, yeah, like, if
We
places ask
just
you to wear a mask, you wear a mask. If they ask you to show something, you show. I mean, like, but there it was like fucking, you catch COVID. There's a police officer that comes to your fucking door every other day to make sure you're at home. Fucked up.
we just stopped. I know my brother and sister, who are in high school, they the district just allowed them to stop wearing masks to class or whatever. It's up to their choice now. If they want to wear it, they can, but like it's not like a mandated thing where you have to be wearing one. But according to my brother, most people didn't really. It really, you got to look at it that way, where it's like they're in class, they have the masks up, and as soon as they get out of class and they're in the hallway and there's just chaos, just pull that shit down. Like,
Yeah.
so how much work was it really doing?
I don't even want to say what our district just did because people would be fucking furious about it. But
Was it harder? Was it more harsh than it was?
No.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
I'm not even gonna fucking say.
I mean, just fucking go for it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean,
so our
It's not
district.
it's not your stance.
I
mean,
didn't
it's
make
just,
this.
It
so
just happened.
I'm
Right.
curious. Yeah, I want to hear.
They literally are not doing contact tracing or quarantining at all anymore.
Oh, really? So even if you like test positive for being sick, they're not even going to make you stay at home. That's
I
kind
don't
of
even think
but
they make
here's the
anybody
thing.
test.
Most people, if they're
Really?
sick, they're gonna stay home. Like, this is what me and Janelle
Yeah,
had
no,
this
you're right.
conversation, because it's like, I don't need someone to tell me to stay fucking home if I'm sick. When I got the cold before, if I had a kid and they got a cold, I'd be like, you're staying home.
right. Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sakes, like, that's just
my
what it was
uncle,
normal.
my dad's best friend got sick with COVID not too long ago, a couple months ago, and he was like, it felt like a sinus infection. So I went to work for a couple days, not even realizing that I would have COVID, because I was like, he's like, I felt like I've had it before. Like, it didn't feel like a new illness. It felt like I've had this before, in my life. So I just kind of went about it like normal. And then he was like, oh yeah, I'll get tested because I've been kind of sick for a couple days. And then it was like, yeah, it tested positive. But then like our buddy Noah in Discord was around several people at the time who all had COVID, like people he was close with. And then he got sick, and every time he got tested, he tested negative. It's like, what? Like, wait, you're telling me that you were around your girlfriend and your family, all of whom were sick with COVID-19, and then you got sick, so then you went and got tested, and then you tested negative? Like, what? That's crazy. Like, either he got false negatives, or it was just like he actually didn't have it, and he just had like a cold or something at the same time.
I mean,
like,
the
I'm
cold
not.
still exist.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like. I was just amazed. I was like that he didn't test positive, because I was like, I figured you'd have it, obviously, because of what you're around. But then you don't even get a positive test. It was weird.
It's so weird that like everything seems to be winding down finally. I mean,
because there's a fucking election coming up.
right, but like it's.
I mean, I'll say that. I mean,
you're not wrong. This whole thing's been politicized, and I mean,
yeah,
for sure,
but of course it has, because the fucking
everything's
both parties
politicized
want to
anymore.
fucking
Horseshit.
What's that saying? Is like, never let a good
I don't know.
situation or problem, never let a terrible situation not be padded by politics or something like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
There's a saying like that, but whatever.
Along those
I know.
lines,
I recognize it.
But I mean, like even the cesspool that is Twitter, that has been nonstop like freaking the fuck out for the last 2.5 years, has calmed down. Like I haven't seen anything for a little bit. It's very strange. Like everything seems to be kind of tapering off a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me, right? Like I also don't pay attention to most general news and politics on top of that. And I mean, since this thing has been pretty politicized as well, I've been kind of like just steering clear and just
which is understandable.
I mean, I've been steering clear of the political side too. I just want my fucking friends and family back. It sounds fucked, but I'm not even joking. Like, I cannot have a fucking conversation with anyone back in my country except for a few people like Brad. But I mean, I can't have a conversation with anybody back home without them turning into a fucking COVID conversation about like what Canada did versus what the U.S. did, and then I'm sitting there like, yeah, all of it. I mean, a lot of it was a fucking guessing game.
Right. I mean,
that's what we all found out at the end of this, which I don't give a shit. I understand that. I mean, we had to take some chance. We had to try shit, right? Because we didn't
Yeah, sure.
fucking know.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
we gotta.
fuck,
We,
at
yeah, we
least,
don't know
like,
anything.
come
We
out
gotta
and
give a
say
shot.
You don't know the thing. Don't come out like it's like,
No,
the
you're right.
fucking item.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the biggest thing that pissed me off. It's like everyone came out with this, like, this we got to fucking do. And I think everyone woke up, or stopped not woken up. It stopped, like, caring about it as much because the people who they, like, I mean, both sides sucked the dick of for the last 2.5 years have decided, you know what? We're on to the next fucking thing. Now we're going to war.
Right.
Or there's a war
Yeah.
happening. I mean,
There's other things
absolutely,
going on now.
The
So
economy's
news
hurting. We went through a bunch of crazy fucking shit. Let's start a fucking war.
Well,
So-
yeah, and on top of that, now that there's now that there's a war in like right on the fucking brink
Bro,
of
it's
happening. Right,
What's
but
gonna happen?
like,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is like now news outlets have something else to
Oh,
cover,
okay, it's just happened.
and so fantastic.
Putin has ordered
Great.
troops into eastern Ukraine.
Well, there we go. So yeah, news outlets have shifted focus because they have something else
Yay!
to fucking focus on because the news is absolutely just
Fucking
Well, they're like
this whole
garbage.
thing.
they're like those OnlyFans models. They're just pining for certain views.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have. So this is funny because I've actually recently I like to pay attention to politics and the like elections and stuff like that when elections are going on. I like to pay
Agreed.
attention to that stuff and like I
Yeah.
think that's
Bro,
I think
it
that's
matters.
cool.
makes sense.
It matters.
For
You
sure.
should
get-
do that.
I get kind of burnt out in the middle, right? Where it's like, oh, it's the midterms. Certainly, like, yeah, I just kind of get burnt out by it and I just kind of stop paying attention. If I see it come across my feed and if it's something that interests me personally, I'll look at it, especially when it comes to something like a major event, like potentially a war in the Ukraine. I pay attention to that, but I don't
Fair
really pay attention to every little thing that comes across
Yeah.
my newsfeed. But I love hearing my mom's best friend is completely different from her. Completely different. Like very much a staunch conservative, but I don't think she understands what that means, which is the funny thing. Like so her husband works at a company that is mandating a vaccine because he works in the healthcare system and they're mandating all their employees get vaccines. He works from home, but they're mandating that they get vaccines. That's not a bother to me. I don't really give a shit about it. It's not really the point. The funny thing to me about the conversation was that my mom's on the phone with her and she's like, yeah, he's going to get a shot on Saturday. And then right when he gets a shot and he gets back in the car, we're going to give him vitamin Z and this and that, and it'll counteract the vaccine. And I'm like, do you realize the dumb shit that's coming out of your mouth?
Oh, yeah, the crazy shit.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
Oh, dude, I know.
Like,
I mean, I went
and
back
I
home
tell
and
her,
people
like,
were like nutty for stuff. They're like, you're going to get like your fourth shot, your fifth. I'm going to wait a bit. Like we were sitting at fucking Christmas time and we're sitting there and like, this is just when like Omicron like started like peeking its head or whatever before like
Right.
more lockdown shit or before just before it was like at its peak.
It was
whatever,
more,
right?
that was what everybody was talking about.
Yeah, they were just starting to talk about it. And they're all like, oh, we're going to go get this. And, oh, yeah, we already got scheduled for this. And we're getting this booster. And then we got our second booster scheduled for a couple months from now. And they're like, what are you guys going to do? And I'm like, I looked at Janelle. And I'm like, I'm going to wait. I'm already vaccinated, but I'm going to wait a bit and see what the fuck is going on first before I just start. Not that I don't believe in that shit at all, because obviously I'm fucking vaccinated at this point. But the point of the matter is, too, is like, and I have other vaccines like most people have. But I just sit there and I'm like, it just feels like jumping the gun on a lot of shit. And I'm like, you know what?
Like you're like,
I'm
yeah,
just
you don't
gonna
need
wait.
to, you don't need to get
Like,
it right away.
Yeah, like for me, there's no difference between that and everyone starts putting their hat on their ass to cover their farts because Omicron's going to attack them, right? Are you covering your ass? I'm going to wait a bit and see if this is actually a thing.
Yeah, I didn't get my booster until like a couple weeks ago.
And then
like
I'm
I
gonna
just, but it was
know?
it was available
Well,
to
and
me
you also
or
have
whatever.
an extremely
But yeah, I have
medical
a
condition that would not be a good situation.
right,
Understandable.
sure.
Take
But
shoot your
funny
shot.
fun fact about that. I just had seen. I have a yearly checkup with my cardiologist, and he talked to me about it. And he goes, "Have you gotten your booster?" And I said, "No, I haven't yet. I plan on getting it. I just haven't at the time, just because I've been busy with work, school, that kind of, just family, just life shit.
Yeah.
So I haven't wanted to take the time to go get it in the event that I like am kind of knocked out by it, which I was. So
Yeah,
he's talking to me about it. Yeah. He's talking to me about it, and he's like, that's totally fine. He's like, just get it when you can. He's like, I'm not super adamant about you getting it right away in the sense of like, it could really hurt you. He's like, really, when it came out and we looked at people with like, we saw the data, you were actually on a list of, like, the list of people, or like, the list of conditions, but where we weren't super worried about it. He's like, we were worried about it with people who had artificial hearts, artificial valves, like artificial, properties. He's like, your heart, aside from the patch and the things we fixed when you were in surgery 22 years ago, he's like, your heart's pretty much just like, we haven't attached anything artificial to it. There's no sort of like metal or anything like that. There's nothing to worry about. So like, we're not worried about you in the event that if you get it. He's like, there's no higher risk of you getting more sick or being in the hospital with severe like problems. He's like, for people who are normal, who got severe conditions, that's obviously genetic, and that's just, almost like a random thing, right? Where it's like something in your code like allowed you to get more sick. Nothing that we could, prevent for. And he's like, but when we look at your heart condition and we compare it to the stats we have from COVID, he goes, you're not at any higher risk of death or severe illness because of your condition. And especially when we look at your personal stats, we're not as concerned. Like, you're healthy. He's like, it's been 22 years. You haven't had a surgery. He's like, most people have a second surgery by now. So like, and we're still not looking at you getting a second one. So like, go me, my heart's half, but it's working great. So
nice.
So
when I had a full one,
but
so I'm not trying to pick on you here, Evan, but when I said like everything being politicized earlier, like, the staunch conservatism thing didn't add anything to that conversation. So that's like my biggest issue with this whole like COVID thing as a whole, because no matter what, like, there's crazy people everywhere, right? Both sides, no matter what. But like everybody feels like they have to qualify it with, oh, well, they're conservative, so they're fucking batshit crazy, or the other side, oh, well, they're fucking liberal, so they're batshit fucking crazy, right? Like,
right, and that was my bad.
Just be batshit. No, you're good. I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to pick on you on it or anything.
No, but you have a great point.
That's been like my biggest thing.
I think we just need to
It's always been so politicized. Like, people can just be batshit crazy.
That's my thing is, I think we just need to stop letting fucking crazy people, like, we need to call out crazy people. Just in general crazy people.
And that's what I add on to. That's what I add on to what Brody said. Brody said you actually had a great point with that, where it's like, I'm actually like, I shouldn't have called her a staunch conservative, because she just has, along with being batshit crazy, which when you look at a profile of a person like that, she is. I'll say it. I'll say it to her fucking face. She pisses me off with how crazy she is. Not because of any, like, her political views in my mind are stupid, not because they're conservative, but because they're crazy. That's the importance. And with what you said, where it's like, she has conservative views, but they're not typical conservative views. They're like crazy.
That's not what
shit.
makes her crazy. She's just fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Those come in. Those her crazy ideas go on top of that shit.
The crazy ideas are there, and then it just so happens that the crazy ideas align with the conservative.
There's no accountability for any of this shit. And honest to God, I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but it's okay. None of them are fucking listening. I swear to God, boomers are to fucking blame for this. It is not millennials. If you go on Facebook and you've got any boomer friends on Facebook, it's fucking horrendous. And nobody ever on Facebook ever growing up was like commenting or anything like that, especially not boomers, because they know how to use like 10% of fucking Facebook, goes like, this isn't real. Like someone posts some crazy shit about like, I'll choose both sides so that, again, someone doesn't fucking politicize me on this. But someone just point
fucking out a thing, man.
Right, exactly. I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. So somebody posts something about, white supremacists or something marching or whatever. It could be entirely fucking fake video, right? There's tons of that shit out there. And so all someone has to do is be like, this isn't real. And just post the actual thing, and they would do so much for the country in that moment, just doing that. And then the same way it goes to the other side, where it's like, look at all these fucking crazy critical race theory shit going on in this school. That's not happening in every school in America. That's happening in this super liberal district in California that is mismanaged.
Right. It's not happening across every state, right?
That would do wonders. The problem is, and people have failed to I feel like when we got the internet and we've had the internet for so many times. We've been spoiled on the basis that we all know where most of the information exists and that we could go learn something. The problem is, as a human being, you have to be able to fucking teach yourself stuff. So just because the internet came does not mean there aren't stupid fucking people anymore. There are tons of stupid fucking
There's
people.
arguably more stupid people.
Arguably more.
Now we
I
just
would
gave
say-
them a megaphone.
I would say there's still the same
that's the
amount
thing.
of stupid people, but now there are also an increasingly amount of deceived fucking people as well at the same time. Gullible
no
fucking
idea.
people. Right. That have no fucking idea because they never decided. Perhaps they were fucking stupid. They decided, boy, I'm not going to look into what this internet is. I'm just going to believe everything that this thing fucking tells me. And so we sit here with the most information ever in humanity, yet probably the most
dumber
vocal
for it.
amount of stupid people we've ever had
Yeah.
in our culture.
There-
On Earth.
Fun fact, you started that conversation with talking about boomers, and I thought about, I believe this happened, I could be wrong, but I remember vaguely my sister calling my dad a boomer, and he called her a dipshit back because he was like,
Okay, boomer. All right,
yeah,
dipshit.
she said, okay, boomer. He's like, dipshit, I'm Gen X. Like,
Nice.
and I was like, how'd you not? I looked at my sister. She's like 15 or 16. I don't even remember her age.
Okay, boomer.
She's gonna be 16 actually in April. But I looked at her and I was like, how do you not know what dad is? And she's like, I figured he was a boomer. I'm like, boomers are between, I said it at the time, I don't remember it now, but I was like, they're between this year and this year. I was like, dad was born in 72, so he's a Gen Xer, because Gen Xers were like start of 67 or something like that. So like he's a Gen Xer, as is my mom. And I was like, boomers are like your
Fucking
uncles.
boomers.
I'm like, brothers and sister are boomers. She's like, what about grandma? I was like, grandma's silent generation, bro. She's old. I was like,
Generation
she's
one,
old.
dude.
Yeah, she was born in 1930.
beginning,
so
man.
Born with the earth.
she's
dude.
silent. Yeah, she's silent
my
generation.
God.
I was like, everybody else, however, is a boomer, but she didn't know that, and I was like, I fucking know that just because I find that shit interesting. Like, I like knowing the time span, right? Of like, okay, so yeah, boomers are basically 46 to sometime in the 50s or early 60s or something like that.
I mean,
And
my
then-
mom doesn't listen to the podcast, but my mom's gone fucking nuts because she just reads crazy shit on the fucking internet. But nuts the other way, not the
You're right.
lady you were talking, to the point where I'm like, you don't know. Like, I literally the other night I just had to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm just starting to go on this route of accountability to people for shit like this, because we were talking about economics.
you just don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're just saying that.
We're sitting
Yeah.
there, right? And me and my brother, I've got a fucking business degree. My brother's got a business degree. He's going for his fucking CPA, and our mom, who's talking there, who doesn't have any fucking semblance, any sense of business at all, is talking to us about the economy and how apparently it's doing good because some fucking politician said it. And me and my brother look at each other and we're like, no, it's fucking not. And she's like, well, they said it is. And like, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you're right. Like the accountability
just cut
is
the
important.
shit. You have no idea what you're talking about. If you didn't have TV right now for that 10-second clip to then say everything's doing all right to
Well,
us, you would never fucking say it because you know you have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Look at
Like-
Twitter, right? For as a great example, right? Where it's like the whole freedom convoy thing was going on. Everybody thought they were an expert on that, and then now that Ukraine's happening, apparently everybody's a foreign policy expert. And it's like,
Oh my god.
you don't know everything. And I'll say that if I ever tweet anything about anything political, every single tweet will end with, I'm a fucking moron. I have no idea what I'm talking about. There are people who know more than I do. Like, and that's just it's just an opinion from a 22-year-old kid from Michigan. And I think that's the thing that everybody needs to understand.
You're
too,
not smarter
is that-
than politicians. I mean, governments
when it comes
as
to
a
Twitter-
whole are a pool of the most incompetent people within that nation, all collectively working
Well,
together.
but it's
I
like
mean,
looking
it's
at the,
horrendous.
like some tweet goes viral, and it's like, oh shit, they might be right. They're talking about something political. They might be right, and it's like, but look at who they are. Do they have a degree in what they're talking about? Do they know what they're talking about? Have they been in foreign policy? No, they haven't been.
You can't
It's
even
just,
you can't
what
even
is it?
trust that anymore though, because like on the news, like that used to mean something, but now it's like, now it's all, how can I make this 1 hour period last as long as possible, and why I think Russia is going to attack the Ukraine so we can serve as many ads from pharmaceutical companies as possible.
I wish
Right.
we had
Well,
Edward. I wish we had Walter Cronkite back. Is that a
Yeah.
bad thing to say?
No,
I wish we had Cronkite.
He told the
My
fucking
thing-
news.
My thing
Yeah.
with the fucking
What's
news
going
is
on?
like,
Morrow.
obviously
Murrow,
they're pandering to one audience, right? Because they want to retain that audience.
Absolutely.
So they are going absolutely like
Extreme.
typically one extreme or the
Crazy
other.
extreme.
And so
Yes.
everybody believes
Yep.
it as gospel, and they're literally making money. They are trying to make money by people
Yeah.
watching their shit
Yeah.
and
They don't-
like all that shit. Like
They don't give a fuck if a
and on
dog
top of
saved
that,
a kid out of a well. Don't give a shit.
right. And on top of that, none of these fuckers are experts in anything either.
No,
they're talking out
nothing.
their ass just as much as we are right now.
They're experts in
Like,
bullshitting, bro. If anything, they're experts in
Right.
bullshitting and deceptiveness, bro.
The news is fucking
Oh,
over
it's
the last couple
garbage.
of years has driven me fucking nuts. That's
Horrendous.
why I have completely pretty much tuned out of most of it, right?
Cancel our
Like,
TV. We got rid of our YouTube
Yeah.
TV.
I can't fucking handle it, man, because
they kept
it's like
adding news shit to YouTube TV. That's
all it
every
is
week.
one side hates the other. It's fucking stupid.
It's crazy. It's so.
Who is
dumb.
the funny thing is, I was just thinking about this. I was thinking about news anchors, and I got really excited about this, and I can't remember his name for the life of me. I feel so bad. There was okay, never mind. I just saw it. There was a former Fox News anchor, Shepard Smith, who left to join
he left
CNBC.
to go to CNBC to just do the news.
Yeah, and then I remember seeing an article that popped up, and he was talking about something that was not related to, like, in terms of political news. It wasn't related to anything super important, and it was like him just interviewing somebody. And I felt so bad because, not for him necessarily, but I was like, I agreed with the sentiment that he wanted, where he's like, I just want to do I want to do like a Walter Cronkite, where I get the facts that I have, and then I just tell you those facts, and I don't tell you what to think. I don't tell you how it feeds into like your the left side or the right side. I just tell you, here's what's going on in Ukraine. This is what President Putin signed in Russia today, recognizing, these separatist states or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is it. And then you just you leave it at that, right? You don't tell them how it's good, how it's bad for whatever side. And I felt like I was like, that's really good, and that appealed to me because I was like, as a 22-year-old, a young person, I don't really give a shit about you telling me this issue and how it's good for leftism or right. I don't care.
I don't want to hear how it was good 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
I
It's
just-
gonna be 4
just-
years in the future. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
just
fucking
tell
about
me
it.
what it means and what is good about it and what is bad about it. Not for any side, but just what's good and what's bad.
Mhm.
And I felt really bad because he wanted to do that, and then he's not getting more. People aren't viewing him as much.
Well,
like,
the
he's
pro-
probably
the problem
lower.
is he's on CNBC, and to be honest with you, too, CNBC is pretty fucking biased.
Are they bad? I don't watch news like that. I mean, I don't tune in every
CNBC's obviously like
night.
mainly stock stuff right during the day, and then it's essentially just Shark Tank reruns all the time after that. But basically, what they fucking do is they're super. I mean, they're definitely. I mean, there's Fox Business, which is like the other arm of that, or other opposed side to it, but it's super democratic leaning, I guess you would say.
With Lou Dobbs. Doesn't Lou Dobbs run Fox Business? He looks like a ghoul. I'm just saying that.
But I mean,
he
like,
looks like a ghoul.
you got like Jim Cramer, for example, on CNBC, which if you want to make money, you do the exact fucking opposite of whatever Jim Cramer tells you to fucking do.
Isn't he the guy that
And
like
you'll
has
make
he's
money.
always in a white shirt and tie, and he's like,
And he
looks like he's
presses the
angry all
fucking
time?
soundboard. Yeah, and he's on fucking coke all the time, but no one will fucking come out to it. If I ever met that guy in person, I'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. I mean, just like without a doubt. But anyways, like, perfect example, a couple weeks back, we're sitting there, there's a supply chain issue. Inflation is up 7.2%. It's probably closer to fucking 9% right now. If you ask actual fucking people that need to hold their job as economists and not as politicians. And he sits there and he goes, we're in the best economy ever right now. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Meanwhile, the fucking Dow drops like 700, which I understand the Dow shouldn't be taken for everything. I fucking get that.
The housing market's about ready to fucking pop.
The housing market's about ready to fucking burst. They've just stopped making homes in fucking Pennsylvania because it's too expensive. They can't get the fucking supplies. Okay? The Dow drops 700 points in a fucking day the day he says the fucking thing. And, there's SPACs loaded up the asshole. Fucking crypto's diving 33% in a fucking fortnight. I mean, it's just fucking ludicrous. So that network is a sack of fucking shit. They had his ass on there the other day. Like, anybody on earth could debate Jim Cramer easily. They sat at the table. They watch him in the morning. Yeah, in the morning. they have this thing called Squawk Box where they're all just sitting there, right, waiting for the bell to open.
Okay.
And
yeah, I feel like I've heard that before.
yeah, and they're all sitting there or whatever, and he's like, I really like Unity. Unity stock is great. And the fucking guy who's actually smart on the other end of the table goes, tell me about their customers, Jim. Well, you know.
Oh, you know?
Anyone who
No,
wants
I
to do
don't.
something with 3D, it's like, you're a fucking idiot. You don't even know what the fuck you invested in. You fucking
crazy.
stupid man.
That's
Like,
fucking wild, dude. Okay,
Just some of the dumbest shit. We got to wrap this up soon, but go ahead.
I know that we're going over, yeah. And this is why.
Oh, no, we're over.
We're over. We've been over.
Well over.
We've been over.
Something real quick.
But yeah, I know, and it turned into a whole thing. I don't care. I'll keep the good conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why, and this is just because I'm younger, and my dad particularly loved the show, and I remember seeing it when I was like just walking through the house, and I saw him listening to it, and I'm a sucker for, as you guys might know, I'm a sucker for good dialogue. That's usually what I gravitate towards. If it's good dialogue, then I listen to it. And I remember my dad was watching the newsroom, which I understand is in part, it is obviously all based in hindsight. A lot of the issues that happened were real issues that actually happened, but then they had the hindsight of knowing the problems that happened with it. And I remember watching the newsroom, which was written by Aaron Sorkin, who wrote fantastic show, The West Wing, and plenty of other great movies and stuff like that. And the newsroom is one of my favorite shows, not just because of its dialogue, but because of it's the ideal, just like how the West Wing was almost like an ideal administration where people who really cared about making lives better for people and not just getting the most into their wallets or anything like that. Same thing with the newsroom, where it's like, let's go back in a time under the newsroom, TV show, where it's like in a time where Fox is all about the right and NBC and CNN are all about the left. Let's try and do this. There's a fictional news network. Let's try and do the middle. And by middle, we mean we'll just tell you the facts as we receive them, and that's it. We're not going to do anything more. And I loved the economic segments they had on that show, which was with Olivia Munn from G4. And she was the economic anchor or whatever. She was the economist of the group, and I loved just listening to what she had to say, because she was just so honest, where she's like, it doesn't matter what Fox or CNN or NBC is saying. It's like, listen to the economists that I am friends with, the people that I know that work on these companies, and what they're saying, because that what they say is important because they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're not pushing an agenda.
Yeah,
they're just
they know what they're talking about. Yeah, so they're not. There's no reason for them to fucking lie. There's no reason for them to just being like, no, yeah, totally invest in this. It's not going to tank tomorrow. Like, they're like, no, this is a terrible stock. Where it's like, I appreciated that aspect of it, and that was the same thing for
Ask your dad
the
about
West
Jim
Wing.
Cramer. See what he tells you.
I don't even think my dad. I know my dad for a fact does not listen or watch
every single investor knows who Jim Cramer is, even if they've only watched him for 10 minutes.
He's only invested in Jack Daniels, I think. I don't think my dad has invested in much else other than Jack Daniels. I think he is only in, and he only put
his investment.
he only put stock into Jack Daniels because he got a cool plaque in it, I think, and because he loves Jack Daniels. He got like a plaque of like, you own this stock, but then he also, like, obviously he loves Jack Daniels, so like he did it anyway. But I know, like, he didn't invest in Tesla when he bought one. He didn't invest in like airline companies when their stocks tanked when the pandemic hit and they weren't able to fly anywhere. Like, I don't think he invested in a lot of stuff. I mean, he might, and I just don't know about it.
Yeah.
But like, I'll ask him just for curiosity's sake. I'll be like, it'll be a fun conversation Wednesday when we're at the bar in Grand Rapids.
Like, what do you think of Jim Cramer?
You know what? All right, here's a good question. Do you want me to ask him before we have any drinks, or do you want me to ask him when he's got a couple drinks in him and see if he's a bit more vulgar?
See if he's a bit more vulgar.
Wait until ask him up front, and then wait until he gets a few drinks in him and is starting to get a little bit loose, and then ask him again. Be like, how you really feel?
I go back to it, and I'm like, so Jim Cramer, and he just smashes the glass over my head. He's like, I fucking hate him.
What a fucking idiot!
Seriously, yeah. Whatever Jim Cramer tells you, do the opposite, and you'll make much more money.
All right, good to know. If I ever invest in stocks, I'll keep that in mind.
Just follow his portfolio and do the exact opposites.
Also, don't do anything Wall Street Bets tells you on Reddit.
Except for GameStop. Yeah. Except for GameStop.
To the fucking
One's
moon,
gotta hit,
boys.
right?
To the fucking moon, baby.
Anyways,
All right.
that'll do it for this episode of OBO. You can check us out on YouTube. Look up Spawn Camp for YouTube channel, where you can check out cool things like Diggity, a video game podcast, WASD and Beyond, another video game PC-esque geeky pop culture style podcast, as well as Build Bros, which is wonderful, beautiful human beings who love to build Gundam or Gunpla, as I've been told to say now.
Yeah, I don't. I was always afraid of messing up the term.
Here I am. Sound like a boomer. Anyways, thanks guys so much for listening to the show. Went a lot later
Gen
than
Xer.
expected, but we had a bunch of fun. Talked about buttholes all the way to vaccine mandates to politics. It was great.
Could you expect from
Everything
OBO?
melted pretty well. I mean, everything fits that,
It did.
that pretty well. So
We
anyway,
should put a disclaimer at the end. Don't listen to these guys because we just talked about buttholes for 59 minutes.
that's right.
I don't think anybody needs that disclaimer.
No, not at all.
Sorry, I didn't mean